Hi guys, we're back. We're gonna fix Heffalump's bumper. The sun's kind of beat down on it, and if you've ever had these bumpy, textured bumpers, what happens is the UV, or even if you're in a salty state, not salty state, you know what I mean, like up north where they salt the roads, the bumpers get chipped and they start to rust really quickly if that texture coating goes away. So we're gonna fix the top side of Heffalump's bumper because it's starting to chip and be kind of, God, that bird's crazy. So we're gonna fix it up. So what we have here is we took our D-rings off. Um, Most people will put these on finger tight. When you guys put your D-rings on, just grab a crescent wrench, put it on here, and just give it a little crank so people aren't stealing them from you in like a shopping mall or whatever. And then, I mean, these are like what, $30 for two. So they steal all four of them. That's $60, and you got to reorder them, and hopefully they're the same color or the right color. We got some blue masking tape. Got my little hand orbital sander. Got this 320 grit mesh type sanding paper. I got a box of it. I'll buy it in a box because it's just cheaper that way. We get it through like Amazon. Got some good old Raptor liner. I would swear by this stuff. It's a little expensive. It's like $24 a can, but for stuff like this, it's good to have. We have our good old alcohol because once we sand it down, we want to alcohol. Make sure we clean the surface real good and some rags. But take you out. I'm going to show you what we're looking at, and we'll go ahead and get started. That was a raindrop. We might get rained out here. So you can see the bumper is all like, that was another raindrop, is all like chippy here. So we want to take all this and I want to resurface this with the sander. Once I, gross. Once I resurface it, we're going to clean it up real good. I'm, I'm back and forth. I don't know if I want to prime it a little bit. Maybe if I have black primer, we'll prime it. Then we're going to hit it with a couple coats of that Raptor liner. So all I'm going to do here is, this thing's wonky because the button's over here. It's always hard to find. Whoa! Hold on, technical difficulties. That thing went flying and then dust went everywhere. That was crazy. Okay, let's try again. Okay. What I'm going to try to do is I want to chub up. I want to take off all this chipped paint because if I don't get the chips, like there's a chip right here, if I don't get that up, it's just going to come back. So we want to make sure we get all that loose paint off, get a new surface going, and then it'll be ready for paint. And even back in here, I can see there's some chips. So we want to get all that chippy stuff out of there so that if we're going to spend the time fixing this, we won't have to spend the time fixing this again anytime soon. So we did have a couple of raindrops, and it's funny. This is Florida for you. I mean, there's blue skies over us, clouds all the way around, so maybe we'll be fortunate we can get through this. But let's go ahead and get it sanded. I think you guys get the point. I'm going to go ahead and keep sanding here, and we'll have you back when this is all sanded, and then we'll show you our next steps. Okay, so went ham with the sander. Got the top side looking pretty good. Got all that loose stuff knocked off. And then what I'm going to do is let's just give it a, like when I was painting the car, we're just going to use a little bit. No, just kidding. All right, so get it nice and wet, get this alcohol in there, and we're gonna get all the dust off of here. We want to wipe this a bunch of times because dust and paint, they don't go together, it won't stick, and we'll end up having to do this all over again. I think I'm gonna hit this back piece here, so when I mask off, we'll mask that as well. But that means we want to get it nice and clean. I had to hand sand some of this around here. I mean, this is just going to be just a quick and dirty, like, touch it up, make it look good again. Hey, watch out for that. Oh man, don't cry over spilled alcohol. So we did one pass. Look at how dirty that was, all the sanding. So we're gonna get it again. If I can butterfingers, like dropping crap. Man, this probably not the best rag. Look at all these little flyaways off this thing. We may have to get another rag to wipe this down one more time because it's putting, see how it's putting little strings everywhere? We don't want that in our paint. Maybe we'll grab an old t-shirt and wipe it out one more time with the old t-shirt or something. I'm gonna mask around this guy here because we don't want to get that in there either. Okay. Wipe this off because I'm gonna mask it. There we go. Okay. I think we wiped it off pretty well. I'm gonna wipe it one more time because we got little hairs all over the place coming from this rag. Probably not the best rag to use. We're gonna get those hairs out. We're gonna back the Jeep up because that Raptor liner kind of like sprays everywhere when you spray it. It's a little, the nozzle's a little rogue. But let us get this masked up, get these little hairs off here, and I think we got a good enough surface. We could just go ahead and hit it with the Raptor liner and let it dry. We're probably gonna do 1 or 2 coats. I'll show you guys when I do it. All right, we were rain delayed. You can see it's a little wet out. So we hit it with another thing of alcohol, and then I think we're gonna do 2 coats. Hopefully this doesn't go everywhere. So we had to put the top on the Jeep because you can see it's still wet, it rained. I curled it upside down so none of the raindrops, they'll fall into the fold instead of onto the new paint, and hopefully the paint holds out. I think it's done for the day, but you never know around here. So give it a test spray and see what happens here. Ooh, that was high. So there's 1 coat. The can says let it tack up for about 15 minutes. So we're gonna let it tack up for about 15 minutes and we're gonna come back with a 2nd coat. Hopefully I like the texture, it's not too heavy. It's kind of a light texture, so we're gonna do the same thing again. We'll hit it with another coat and hopefully the bumper will look a lot better once this is got 2 coats on it. Okay, we're ready for the 2nd coat. I put a little more tape on it because this nozzle sprayed a little more rogue than I thought it would. Plus this coat, I want to be a little more detailed. It looks blotchy right now. This says apply 2 coats, and then if it still looks blotchy, go in with a third. Wait 10 minutes in between, 10 to 15. We waited 10 minutes. So we'll go ahead and hit it with another coat. And then if it still looks blotchy, we'll hit it with the third. So Second coat's done. Have you back in 10 for the third. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go in with the third coat. It looks pretty good, but we want it to just look a little bit better. It's not as bumpy right in here, so we're probably gonna focus or maybe start here. I don't know. Either way, we want it nice and protected, so there we go, that's more even. Looks pretty even now. So after we put that last coat on, what we want to do is peel this tape before everything dries so it don't get messed up. There's going to be a different looking because I mean we just, you know, this was wiped down real well, so we'll see this line, but after we wash the Jeep and stuff, I think it'll go away. Ooh. Paint came off this. Got some paint on this from before when we touched it up. Let's get some of that paint off and then we'll be back to chrome so it doesn't look blotchy. There we go. Better than blotchy. So then we're going to get this. And we're going to peel from the bottom. Ooh, this tape's a little wet. We don't want to get anything wet here. Just want to peel the tape away from where we painted. And there we go. I think it looks a lot better. There it is. It looks pretty good. It's not all crackly and bumpy and all that. So quick, easy way to make your bumpers look good again. I think it looks great. Stay tuned for the next one. Okay, I just wanted to show you the finished product. When we peeled the tape, there was a line where the overspray had got down on the bumper. So we just went over and I kind of stood back and gave it a light dusting across so it evened the whole thing out, makes it look nice and neat, and all looks the same color now and all the same texture, I guess you'd say. But I think it turned out pretty well. So 60 minutes, 10 minutes in between sprays, so we did 3 sprays, and 60 minutes to touch, but then it says 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours before you use your vehicle after doing this. So give it a good 6 hours sitting without jostling or messing with it or scratching it or anything like that. It should set up and be really hard. I don't know. I would give it a good couple days in the sun. I mean, before you really drag anything in and out of the vehicle or whatever. But once it cures fully, this stuff is pretty hard and it's pretty hardy. So I think the finished product, it turned out really well. So stay tuned for the next one. But I think this turned out great.